Caitlin Clark going to be playing here in Baltimore this summer at CFG Bank Arena. The Washington Mystics announced their 2 games with the Indiana Fever being moved from their home arena in D.C. to a larger venue in order to accommodate the anticipated.
You thought Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese's rivalry was just about basketball? No, it's becoming a full-blown citywide showdown.
Just got to point it out for all of you. This is Angel Reese's home stomping grounds, by the way. So moving to Baltimore.
The Washington Mystics just made a bold move, relocating their home games against Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever to Baltimore, right in Angel Reese's backyard. Let's be real, this is a business decision, but Reese's fans are fired up. The big question is, why not use Capital One Arena in DC like last season? Did the Mystics intentionally set up a scenario where Reese could be outshined in her own city? No matter how you look at it, this decision is stirring up the NBA drama, and honestly, we're here for all of it.
Official release, straight from the NBA website, man. Indiana Fever 2025 road games at Mystics moved to Baltimore. So, Angel, man, I mean, listen, y'all made a big deal 2 weeks ago about a Caitlin Clark billboard being put up in Chicago.
Angel Reese's fans are in full meltdown mode, and the reactions are pure gold. Caitlin Clark is set to take over Reese's home turf not once but twice this season, and her supporters can't handle it. This is the Caitlin Clark effect in full swing, and here's the kicker. It's not about Reese's usual theatrics. The WNBA is getting a front row seat to real star power, and Baltimore is about to feel it firsthand.
Her attention, her notoriety is based off Caitlin Clark. Because she wins the national title, first thing she does, she mocks Caitlin Clark. And then she doesn't even celebrate with her teammates. So she's made it personal with Caitlin Clark. Then she's played off it.
Chicago fans already got a taste of this when Clark played there. The energy was off the charts, every seat was packed, and the buzz was unreal. Let's be honest though, people weren't showing up to watch Angel Reese struggle on the court and overreact to routine plays. They came to see Caitlin Clark do what she does best, dominate, break records, and elevate the league like no one has in years. This is exactly what the WNBA has been waiting for, an undeniable star who fills arenas and brings real excitement. And let's be real, that excitement isn't coming from Reese's over-the-top celebrations after a 5-point, 10-rebound night.
It's been hard for me, but adjusting and just kind of have that mindset of like just moving on has been something I try to give myself a little bit of grace.
Now, Sky fans who insist Angel Reese is the new face of the WNBA are scrambling for damage control. Every time Caitlin Clark steps onto their home court, it's a harsh reality check. Reese's supporters have spent months hyping her up as the next big thing, but here's the truth. You can't be the face of the league if no one outside your fan base cares. The only time Reese makes headlines is when she's caught in controversy, missing easy shots, or taking jabs at other players. Meanwhile, Clark is doing what real superstars do, breaking records, selling out arenas, and bringing an entirely new wave of fans to the sport.
Very thin line between hate and facts. And what I believe to be the case is that there was incremental growth in the WNBA comparatively to the exponential growth we are seeing now. What I'm about to tell y'all I haven't heard before, so I doubt you have either. Before the 2023 season, the WNBA had grown by 40% viewership from 2022 to 2023. But with Caitlin Clark's arrival, it's grown by 400% viewership.
And here's the irony, even Reese's biggest supporters can't deny what the rest of us have known all along. The WNBA is thriving because of Caitlin Clark. Before she arrived, attendance was spotty, TV ratings were struggling, and national interest was fading. Now, arenas are packed, broadcasts are breaking records, and every team wants a piece of the Caitlin Clark effect. Let's be real, it's not because Angel Reese is putting up decent numbers against weaker competition. It's because Clark is a generational talent who turns every game into must-watch basketball.
A lot of people say that Caitlin Clark moves the needle. That is wrong. She is the needle. She dictates. We all know what she's done on the floor. It's history, right? But off the floor, my goodness, she and the Indiana Fever accounted for 45% of all the broadcast value of the WNBA last season. She accounted also for helping drive the numbers of merchandising up 500%. Of course, her jersey was number
Chicago fans are clinging to the idea that Angel Reese belongs in the same conversation as Caitlin Clark. But let's be real. Clark is out here drilling logo threes, making ridiculous passes, and delivering highlight reel moments every game. Reese, she plays hard, no doubt, but there's a huge difference between being a high-energy role player and a true franchise cornerstone. The WNBA is a business, and when it comes to the player driving ticket sales, jersey purchases, and record-breaking TV ratings, the answer is clear. And here's a hint. It's not the one flexing after a routine layup.
Yeah, let me tell you about Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark has brought so many eyes to women's basketball that it's amazing. A dude named Acho, I forgot his first name, is something Acho.
Emmanuel Acho.
Yeah. He showed how in 5 days before the draft, she made the WNBA more money than they would have made in the next 5 years.
It's not just the fans struggling to accept this reality. The Chicago Sky organization is feeling the pressure too. They have no choice but to push Angel Reese as their franchise star. Yet every time Caitlin Clark steps into their arena, she owns the moment. The sold-out crowds, the skyrocketing jersey sales, the non-stop highlight clips flooding social media, it's all Clark. Meanwhile, Reese's fan base is scrambling to make sense of it all. They argue she's great for the culture, but let's be real. Cultural influence alone doesn't fill stadiums or break viewership records.
Jeez. Man. Yeah, I was mad about that billboard a couple of weeks ago. The Reese's Pieces were. I mean, I just... This is going to annoy Angel. I know it is. And I know that they had to because the MCI Center, whatever, Verizon Center is under renovation. But still.
What do ticket sales and TV ratings have to do with Caitlin Clark? Everything, because she's delivering both like no one else. WNBA teams are catching on fast. After seeing what Clark has done for Indiana, they all want in on the action. This league has never experienced this kind of national buzz before, and let's be honest, it's not because Angel Reese is grabbing rebounds. Clark's presence turns ordinary regular season games into must-watch events. She's converting casual viewers into die-hard fans, while Reese's supporters are left watching as their favorite takes a backseat to the biggest star in the sport.
Say, see ya there. Now, the Indiana Fever stated venue change. Our regular season game on May the 28th, on September 7th at the Washington Mystics are moving to CFG Arena in Baltimore, bruh. So as y'all can see here, say game location change, CFG Bank Arena, Baltimore, Maryland. CFG Bank Arena, Baltimore, Maryland. Somebody said, could it be the Mystic owner doesn't want the Caitlin Clark shine to be seen again?
And let's talk about the never-ending excuses, because there's always a new one when Reese underperforms. First, it was that she's young. Then she just needed more time. Now it's that she's still adjusting. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is getting double and triple teamed, taking hard fouls every game, and still putting up elite numbers. Funny how one player keeps getting excuses while the other just keeps improving. Why? Because Clark is the most impactful player the WNBA has seen in years. Simple as that.
Preseason game, Brazil versus the preseason game against the Brazilian national team, sold out in 36 minutes, 15,000 fans. There's tickets for that game, upwards of $4,500.
Reese's fan base is in full panic mode, and honestly, it's hilarious. They're demanding, why isn't Angel getting the same star treatment? Why aren't teams making moves for her too? The answer is simple, she's not that kind of draw. Caitlin Clark is selling out 10,000-seat arenas in record time. Every city she plays in becomes a must-see event. Fever ticket sales are skyrocketing, and teams are literally changing venues just to handle the overwhelming demand to see her in action. Meanwhile, Reese's fans are left confused, wondering why her games aren't creating the same buzz.
All over. I mean, a lot of these tickets are crazy. But I'm just like, it's not even about the price for me. I'm just thinking about, like, I'm comparing the Indiana Fever versus Chicago Sky because they said that it was like Me Too. Like, you guys are watching women's basketball because of Me Too. I mean, bro, everybody could get into this. Like literally everybody could get into this game.
Reality check: nobody is moving games for Angel Reese. No teams are scrambling for bigger venues to meet overwhelming demand. The WNBA has already seen what happens when Clark isn't in the equation. The energy just isn't the same. Reese's fans keep expecting the world to treat her like basketball royalty, but the truth is crystal clear. Clark is on a completely different level. Her impact is measurable, undeniable, and game-changing. Meanwhile, Reese is making the most noise without delivering the same results. People aren't fighting for tickets to see Reese. Teams aren't expanding arenas just to watch her play. And that right there is the difference.
Angel Reese may be playing in the league, but who wants to see a goofy 6'6" woman miss layups? Not I.
Let's talk about Sheila Johnson, owner of the Washington Mystics. She really thought she was making a statement with her speech about Caitlin Clark, standing in front of cameras, insisting the media should spread the attention around, claiming Clark wasn't the only player who deserved the spotlight. She framed it as supporting the league's underappreciated stars. Fast forward a few weeks, and guess what? The Mystics are now moving their games to a bigger arena. And why? Because of Caitlin Clark. So let's get this straight. When it fits the narrative Clark is just another player, nothing special, right? But the moment ticket sales explode, suddenly she's the best thing that's ever happened to the Mystics. The contradiction is unreal. If this was really about promoting all the NBA players equally, why weren't they moving stadiums before? Why weren't they selling out games before? Oh, that's right, because Angel Reese and the rest of the league weren't drawing crowds like this.